looks up to as we get into the 2023.
Okay, listeners, Mr. Olayobi Koiki for you, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, we'll come to the breaking news and that which is happening there. However, this morning, I've come across this story, and I don't know how true, for the sake of our listeners, because not most of them listening to us get clarity of what is happening. The Ilana Omo Odua Worldwide, the umbrella body of the Yoruba self-determination groups, on Friday said renowned historian Professor Banji Akintoye did not withdraw from the Yoruba Nation agitation. In a statement signed by its General Secretary Tunde Amoza and sent to some news networks, the group said the octogenarian only resigned as the helmsman. The octogenarian only resigned as the helmsman. In a quote, he said, we wish to state that the letter of resignation of Professor Banji Akintoye was very explicit and was without ambiguity. Baba never said he was withdrawing from the Yoruba Nation agitation nor resigning his membership of IOOW, the statement said. Before you respond, let me acknowledge Bishop Adesina. My best regards from GGI Nigeria, Bishop Adesina Ministry, now GGI Yoruba Land. Well done, Bishop. I hope you are doing very well, and all best wishes to you. Yomi, now what's the reaction from the because I know that you're a spokesperson for them, so you can throw more light on that. A bit of clarity there.
Well, it is exactly what you have said, and I believe what happened is, yesterday, as the rally was going on in your state, we were also getting update from Benin Republic, where, as you all remember, Professor Banji Akintoye, the emeritus, I've been there almost a year plus now after the assassination attempt on the life of Chief Sunday Igboho. And he eventually, traveled to Benin Republic, to stay with him. And yesterday, this release was actually twisted, by other mainstream media back in Nigeria, to whatever reason for that. And I listened to almost the 15-minute, we won't be able to play that, but in terms of what Professor himself said, during, a live broadcast to all the Yorubas around the world. He actually said he knew where that was coming from. Yes, he has actually, given the position to his deputy, to continue, the good job that, he has done, but not literally means that he has actually left the whole movement, which is exactly what was portrayed in the mainstream media. And exactly, the explanation, that he gave was, is now looking to sit back and then continue to work behind the scene, but let's allow, Professor Wale Adeniro to now take, the position of the, the chairmanship of the Ilana Omodua. Let's explain a little bit further. We do have Ilana Omodua that started the movement in 2019 after, quietly with some few individuals, they were able to register under the UNPO. The UNPO literally stands for the Unrepresented People Organization, and all that took place around 2019, and that actually led to so many Yorubas keen into the realization of what is now being called the right to self-determination, which a lot of people never knew anything about. But again, it has always been the restructuring that a lot of us have been listening to, which hasn't come true. And eventually, Ilana Omodua, quickly expanded to different parts of the globe, with different chapters in America, in Canada, here in the United Kingdom, until, there was now some kind of fractions going on between Ilana Omodua, and there's been push, to try and push Baba Akintoye, the professor, out of this organization, with different allegation against him, which cannot be verified, because I think the sinister is that there are some individuals and groups of people that wants to derail the movement. People have also questioned his authority, and likewise a lot of different issues. And while listening to him yesterday, he says the kind of fabrication that people put on board, you tend to ask yourself, why do we do this against each other? I mean, people come up with allegations that he has stolen money. He's actually even taking the Yoruba people into 2023 election, which he has actually said that the Yoruba people do not want to be part of Nigeria, and there's no reason for him to even collect any kind of money from any of the politicians. He's in his 80s, almost 87, going to 88, but yet it seems some Yorubas also want a different, person. But it is not because of that alone. Again, we've got to remember, health-wise, and it's quite a very, old man that has stood, with millions of Yoruba people to say that the right to self-determination is the best option for the Yoruba people to exit Nigeria peacefully. So yesterday, as different mixed feelings around why, but he has actually said, he's giving it to somebody else that can manage it, just as he has started, the organization that he started himself. But remember that also Ilana Modua, is still also part of the YSDM, which is the Yoruba Self-Determination Group. We have different groups, but the most important thing is these are the groups that are working, and others, in actualization of the movement.
Okay, listeners, a bit of clarity for you. That's what we do. We make sure that every information that comes in, we give you the clarity, make sure we get the detail or the background to it, and then give it to you so that you know exactly what you have to believe in. And if there's a platform that you have to believe what is said there, the Star Radio UK and Mr. Koiki, the White Lion himself. All right then, so now it's gone, 60 minutes past the top of the hour, and now let's look at some of the other stories making the round. A fuel tanker catches fire at a filling station, destroys up to 130 million worth of property. Yummy. We've seen this time and time and over. How do you do it?
Well, it is so painful to hear, this kind of, situation, as the fire tanker was happening in Abia State, which is, yesterday. Last week was almost the same thing that happened in your state, in Akpata bus stop, where a diesel tanker was running out of no control, eventually slamming into the street, and then, multiple people were killed, properties worth millions of naira was also damaged. And what could be the reason for this particular fire tanker catch at a filling station? The fire service said it had warned the fuel station owner to always discharge their product when the intensity of the sun heat is not high. So definitely it seems, from